Hi, I am here with my weekly What Sold video. Thank you for coming to check out my channel. If you are new here, if you are a previous subscriber, thank you for coming back. I really do appreciate your support. So these are going to be sales from September 20th through the 27th. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm selling right now on Depop, Mercari, eBay, and Poshmark. Hopefully this can help you with your reselling business to see kind of what's currently selling. I feel like for me, these type of videos are really helpful. But before we get into it, I'm going to show the company that I use for shipping supplies. It is GyroPack. You can go ahead and go to their website. Down below in the description, you can click and you will have there's a discount code that you can use to save money on your first order. So they have bubble mailers, poly mailers, and gift boxes and bags. I use the poly mailers pretty much the most. The 10 by 13, a lot of people ask me, that's the ones I use and I order most of the time. They do have lots of different colors. The more you order, the more you save. And then I will use the 19 by 24 for my bigger items. So I use these for coats, coats, jeans, really big thick dresses, really thick sweatshirts, things that won't fit into the 8 by 13 or the 10 by 13. They have sealable ones, which I really like these. I actually haven't gotten these in a while, so I might order these next. These are also in some larger sizes. They have seasonal ones, so they just have these daisy ones, which they've had for a while. Those are pretty cute. So anyway, go ahead down below in the description, check that out, and get your stuff ordered here soon. I know that if you're ordering through USPS, you need to be ordering things earlier with Q4 coming up in Christmas because sometimes that stuff can be delayed. Shouldn't really be an issue with GyroPack though, I don't think. Let's go on to Depop first. I will say my sales this week they started off good, and then yesterday, Thursday, was really bad. But I'm also trying to possibly make some changes with my business, so I'm not really worried. Doing some experiments, so we'll see. 7 things sold this week on Depop. That's 1 a day. That's fine for me. This needs to be canceled. This Escada sweater. I thought that I already did. So I'm going to have to go ahead and make sure on that because I don't have that. That's a really old item. I sold this select vintage dress for $21. This is not really any type of brand. I just thought the style of it was really cool. And it wasn't a 1X, so it was a maxi, like bohemian embroidered dress. I was getting a decent amount of attention pretty quickly as I was listing it or after I listed it. But when sales were really slow on Wednesday, Thursday, I decided to go ahead and take that lower offer. Next up was this vintage Disney shirt. This was in a size medium. It had Mickey and Minnie running with some fall leaves, so perfect time of the year to be selling this. It sold for $20. It did have this vintage Disney World tag. So that's about what I expected to get from that, so I was happy with that. Next up was this cat shirt. So cat items sell really well. This was a vintage shirt that sold for $35, which was my full asking price. So the brand doesn't really matter. It's the style. So it just had all these cats. It was a vintage like 80s, 90s shirt. People are just crazy about cats. So that was exciting. I actually sold it on Poshmark and then someone canceled it right away. So glad that it sold there. Next up was a Halloween sweatshirt that sold for my full asking price of $35. This was a vintage Halloween sweatshirt with a skeleton and with a witch hat and a trick-or-treat bag and some candy. Show me the yummies. So anyway, pretty funny. I figured that would sell quickly. The vintage Halloween stuff does so good for me. I just picked up another vest yesterday, but as it gets closer to Halloween, I will slow down unless I feel like it's something that's, I don't know. It would have to be really special or I would get stuck having it after the holidays. Okay, next I sold this Michael Simon sweater for $29.60. Some of the vintage Simon Michael stuff can sell really well. There's certain prints or patterns or designs. So make sure you look up your specific one. Mine had hearts all over it. So I was pretty happy about that sale. Next up, I sold these On Clouds for $35, which was my full asking price. These did have some wear, some dirt that I couldn't get off. They were in a women's size 7, so I just listed them lower at $35, and they sold for my full asking price because people still want the look of the On Cloud, maybe more for the actual purpose of running or anything like that, so they don't care if they're a bit beat up. And then I also sold these REI Co-op leggings for $16. These are a pair of green Stretch leggings. REI Co-op is an outdoor brand, so it can do pretty good. These leggings weren't really the most valuable item from them, so I probably would not get those again. And then the last thing I sold was this Talbot's blazer, and this sold for $50.80, so that's excellent and also kind of surprising on Depop. It was new with tags in a size 22, red plaid kind of tweed-ish wool jacket. You can see there it retailed for $209, so $50. The item, how much it costs, sometimes has nothing to do with how much it's worth on the resale market. So that is it for Depop. Let's move on to Mercari. I sold these Miss Me jeans for $30. I'm about ready to quit Mercari. I mean, I had 3 sales this week. Even Depop's doing better than that. So let me know down below, do you guys make good sales on Mercari? Although it doesn't take me that long to cross list, but it would save me a little bit of time every day. And it's just like, I feel like it's just so bad. Thankfully, the only good thing is that they don't take out any fees. So I sold these for $30. I'm going to get $30. So it's like, that's nice. But I don't know. I just feel like it's not worth it for me anymore. So I would like your guys' opinion and what you think. Next up was this Duluth trading jacket. This sold for $29. It was an extra, extra large. It sold really fast, actually. I had it listed for $35. It sold for $29. I had some other people telling me that Duluth doesn't move that quickly for them. I can still sell it sometimes in the larger sizes. And then I sold this women's Lululemon Swiftly Tech in a size 12 for $40. This was like a pinkish orange salmon type color. So that was a really good sale. Let me check my notifications here. Okay, just a couple of things there, nothing I need to worry about. So anyway, that was it for Mercari. Let me know your thoughts on that. eBay, Poshmark, for sure I want to keep. Depop's actually been doing decent for me, especially with the vintage stuff. So I don't know. And if you watched my last video, you know that I am in the Reseller Greatness group, and I am liking it, but there's so much information. It's not like overwhelming in a bad way, but I wish I wasn't so busy in my life right now because there's so many calls I want to watch and videos to try to start making changes in my business. But the main thing I'm focused on right now is higher ASP. So I am leaving behind a lot more at the thrift store than I used to. With that being said, for a little bit here, I think I'm just going to be doing videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. A what sold video and then like a haul or something, because this next month in October, I'm going to be even busier with coaching. We have 4 tournaments, 3 more tournaments. 2 of them are out of town in Kansas City. 2 of them are multiple days. One's in Wichita. Actually, no, I have 4. 2 in Kansas City, 1 in Wichita, 1 in Council Bluffs. So it's just going to be a lot, and I don't want to stress myself out. And then since I'm looking for things with a higher ASP, I'm leaving a lot more behind than I normally would. So I need to be out at thrift stores more for my business. So anyway, just a heads up, I'll try to get back to 3 videos a week once I get back into a more normal schedule. But for a little bit here, I think I'm just going to do Tuesday, Fridays. That's just going to work out better. But anyway, maybe then when I actually start keeping track of my numbers like a good reseller, I'll be able to share those with you every week. I need to figure out a document that's going to work for me or something. In reality, it does not matter for taxes. But if I want to get serious, like really serious about my business and grow it, I have to be able to know how to grow it. And in order to do that, I need to know like what my average cost of goods is, what my average sale price is, how many I'm selling per day. So I'm going to start tracking all of that. So I'm kind of excited about that. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, Poshmark. I had 0 sales yesterday. So that was literally depressing. I hope today's better. First up is this Diana von Furstenberg dress. This was a size 8 and it was a multicolor silk dress. I have no clue where I got this. I've had it for a really long time. It was my oldest item from the brand. So I was glad to move that out of my closet. Next up, I sold these Dansko shoes for $28. These were a pair of $39. Black leather. These were called the Solstice shoes. I do usually put in nursing, boho, comfort, sometimes minimalist. I will usually put in leather. So that's about normal for Danskos. With my average sale price, I'm going to try to be getting an average sale price of $20, which is going to be hard. So part of it is also I'm thinking that maybe I shouldn't be offering as much of a discount, like as far as my offers to likers or my coupon on eBay, because that's going to take me money. And then on eBay, I was promoting everything at 10%, but if I move it down to 5, that's going to save some as well. So I'm kind of just playing around with some stuff to see what's going to be my best thing I can do. Next up were these Merrell boots for $35. These were a size 8.5, and they were a pair of black, if it loads, I think like a suede leather harness type boot. Merrell is an outdoor brand, and my computer is being really slow. So I don't pick up very much stuff in Merrell, but I will pick it up with footwear and boots and stuff like that fairly often if it's a good item. So $35 in those. I had them listed for $45. I hope my computer doesn't keep being this slow, or it's going to make the video take longer, and then it's going to make me waste time because I have to go to the dentist soon. Next up are these pair of Athleta size 6 blue Cabo linen high-rise joggers. I listed these in, I think, the beginning of summer, hoping they would sell in summer. They actually sold at the beginning of fall, so that's okay. Next up was this Marc Jacobs dress that sold for $38. This was in a size 2. It was a really pretty, it had the mesh on the top with the high neck and the ruffles. Super cute Marc Jacobs long sleeve dress, $38. That is an excellent sale. I think I got that for 6 or 7 at a local thrift world. My thrift worlds have been crazy lately. If you guys live in the Omaha area, what are they doing with their pricing? It's been absolutely nuts. Next up is a bundle for $65. First up was a pair of Lululemon pants in a size 12. These were a pair of high-rise noir woven wide leg pants. So excellent style on those. I listed those for $45. And then a pair of Madewell jeans in a size 31. These were the slouchy boy jean, I believe. And both of those were listed within a couple of days. I got that offer, so I made $52 off of that. Here these are finally. Madewell jeans in the larger sizes have been selling quickly for me. So I guess use that information as you will. Around $25 to $35 for the most part. So let's see what sold next if my computer wants to show me. Here we go. We sold this J. Crew sweater blazer for $49. This was excellent. I love selling the sweater blazers. Certain styles do better than others. So use that little tag inside the cardigan to look up your exact style of the one that you have. This one was the Cecile blazer, and it was a merino wool, plus it was in this classic brown color, which I feel like everybody wants something in this for the fall. So $49 in that was really good. I was very excited about that sale. Next up, I sold these cabbie pants for $14. These, I think, came from some stuff that my son Ryan used to sell, and I bought it off of him. I'm starting to go through my inventory again like I always do, but I need to for real finish it this time. I want to take some stuff to Clothes Mentor that's not moving or that's marked down pretty low and just get it out of my closet or my store. Marathon joggers, these are cute. They were an extra small, so a smaller size. $14 in those. That's probably kind of what I would expect from Cabby, which is why I don't hardly pick it up at all anymore. Next up are a pair of Judy blue jeans that sold for $28. These were in a size 30. These were a pair of high-rise dark wash bootcut jeans. Judy blue also has slowed down for me. I look for the larger sizes, the flares, the boot cuts maybe. Not very many of the skinny jeans, except for maybe some larger sizes. I did have a pair of size 16 skinny jeans that sold really quickly. Next up was an Acris Punto blazer in a size 4. This sold for $35. This probably retailed for over $1,000, so it's crazy that the resale value is so much lower. I can get more for this sometimes, but this one has sat for quite a while, and it has went through multiple markdown sales, and that's just what it sold for. So I was ready to move it out of my closet. Next up are these Viore shorts that sold for $32. These were in a size extra small. They were a pair of ripstop. So ripstop is when you can see all this little like back and forth, like kind of like checkered type pattern. So $32 on a pair of shorts is really good. I can't get that much on very many shorts. Next up was an Eileen Fisher dress that sold in 24 hours. It sold for $50, so that was great. It wasn't a size extra large, and it had this crinkly texture. It was also 100% silk, so I think that definitely made a difference for that one. So really happy with that sale. Next up, I sold this pair of Democracy jeans for $6. So we went from a good sale to a horrible sale. These were in a size 16W. They were a distressed, high-rise skinny. They did have some marks and some dirt stains that I couldn't get out. And then, for some reason, they just sat forever. and they did not move. Next up was a Talbot's jacket for $38. This was in a size 14, so a larger size. It was a navy blue tweed, and it was new with tags. So here again, the retail is $169. I sold it for $38. So, I mean, still a good sale because I paid $8 for it, but nowhere near retail. That's crazy that somebody would actually pay the retail for that. Next up were a pair of Lululemon leggings that I sold for $10. I probably passed on 8 to 10 pairs of Lululemon leggings this week because they are not going to make me a $20 profit. These are a pair of Wonder Under striped, just older style, size 8 leggings. So I'm glad they went to a new home, not something I want in my store. Next up are these Universal Standard jeans. I don't hardly ever pick up Universal Standard anymore, but these were a good classic or more modern style with a straight leg. They were size 18. They were called the Etta straight leg. So I did look up the comps on these and they looked pretty good. So that's why I decided to get those. $40, that's great. Next up, I sold these Rag & Bone sandals for $32. These were in a women's size 5, so they were a tiny size, but they were really cute. They only were priced at $3 at the thrift store. They had this suede top and then the buckle, so I was really happy for that sale, especially being such a small size, and I was slightly worried with fall and some of the sandals that I have, so I'm always glad to move out a pair of sandals. These were from a YouTube viewer, so thank you so much. If you're watching this, I'm spacing out your name right now, so I'm really sorry. She watched my last haul video and saw these and came in and bought them for $36, so that's great. Cut from the Cloth, another brand I would say I don't normally get, but don't ever rule it out. This was a newer tag, so here's what this really new tag looks like. It's like a metallic. And then the style was the Meg Fab Ab wide leg, and it says it right here. So I was able to look that up on eBay. It had almost 100% sell-through rate. And yeah, really good sale on that, especially from a brand I don't normally get. So thank you guys so much. If you ever see anything you like in my videos, message me on Instagram or just buy it like she did because that was pretty awesome. Next up is this Varley vest sold for $27. Varley is a athleisure type brand. This was an orange V-neck pullover vest. It was getting lots of attention. I did go ahead and accept an offer of $27 on that. Next up, I sold these Judy blue jeans for $45. These were in a size 29. They were a pair of high-rise flare. I did put 70. Sometimes I will put in retro. For the flare jeans, they had a dark wash and a really big opening at the leg. So that's the type of Judy blue jeans that are still selling good for me. I sold these Dansko boots for $40. So even though I didn't have a ton of sales on Poshmark, I had some good higher dollar sales, which is great. These were in a size 10.5, 11. They were called the Fifi boots, leather wedge slip-on boots. So really good style there. And I was really happy about that. I love picking up Dansko boots. Next up, I sold this NAU, if that's how you say it, coat for $10. I've had this since the beginning of last fall-winter season. The zipper was broken, and I did not notice that. I should have noticed that. Plus, it was in a size extra, extra small. If this wasn't a larger size and it was in good condition, I think I could have got more for it, but it wasn't, and I didn't. Next up, I sold this Lululemon bodysuit for $75, which is great. The first time it sold for less than this on eBay, and it got returned for fit, and now I sold it for full price on Poshmark. So that is amazing. It was a brown ribbed Align bodysuit, $75, full asking price. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. After that, I sold a cabbie top for $15. This was in a size small. It was the Olivia bell sleeve, sheer kind of tropical floral top. Again, that $15 mark, very normal for cabbie. So maybe if you can get it at the bins or something, but it doesn't seem to sell very quickly either. So honestly, even at bins prices, I probably wouldn't. Next up are a pair of LuLaRoe jeans in a size 38. These were a pair of burgundy high-rise skinny jeans. The colored jeans don't seem to do as good for me. Obviously, these sat around for quite a while, so happy to move those out. I sold these Spanx in a size 1X for $22. These were a pair of faux leather Spanx. I just don't feel like even the larger sizes, these faux leather ones aren't doing as good, although I feel like people have said around the holidays, for some reason, people like to wear them more, so maybe there's a short window of time where they can do better. Let me know if you have experience with that. But for me, any sizes of the faux leather ones are not doing good. For me, for Spanx, what's doing good is the high rise, the wide leg, not just high rise, wide leg together, pull on like an office type of pant or something. Next up was an Abercrombie and Fitch jacket. I think this might be my last thing. Okay, this is the 20th, so we'll just finish with this. I don't remember if I said this last week. Denim jean Sherpa jacket. I remember I got this. It was half off at my Goodwill, and it sold for $25. So that was great. Let's go on to eBay. My eBay sales were a little sad, but you know, that's just how it goes sometimes, and it usually all evens out if you're doing things right. First up was this Catherine shirt. One thing I did is I changed my coupon from 20% to 10%. I don't know how that's going to go. We will see. I know in the group they talk about making a new coupon every day and ending at midnight. I might experiment with that. Right now I just have it out all the time. Some people send out little cards, thank you cards with their orders with a coupon code to come back. That could be an option. So let me know if you do eBay. What's your coupon strategy? What do you do? I'm just going to start messing around with some stuff and see what works. So $28 with a 10% coupon on this Catherine's shirt. This was a beaded sequin, very fall wheelbarrow, size 4X, brown top. So pretty good profit on that because I think I paid $5 for it. Next up was this Allie Miles shirt. This sold for $38. This was a new with tags in a size 2X. So I really like to look for the larger sizes in this brand. Hooded lightweight top. So good sale there. I sold this St. John blazer for $112. So this was my biggest sale this week. This was in a size 12. It was a blue tweed, probably that Santana knit. Blazer. St. John can definitely be a bolo. So that was really exciting. Next up was this Soft Surroundings. This one sold with a 20% off coupon. So that was before I changed it. Women's size medium beaded tunic. I thought it was a tunic based on the length, but it could have been a short dress. I guess it depends how you wear it. But I feel like Soft Surroundings doesn't make short mini dresses, so that's why I called it a tunic. Next up was a Torrid kimono. This was something that I don't really pick up Torrid anymore, but it sold really fast, just like I thought it would, and I think it was because of this style and because of the time of the year. So it was this velvet, long, like duster kimono, chiffon kind of layer there. I did use witchy, goth in my title, so I think that that definitely helped. Next up was an Allie Miles shirt that only sold for $18. Normally I can get more for the plus size ones, but I've had this one for quite a while, and it had got marked down, so just an outlier, but that's okay. Sometimes that just happens. Next up was a vintage rave cardigan that sold for $25. This was like a 90s Y2K pickup that I decided to try for style. It was a wool blend and kind of like this longer style, maybe like at your knees with a tie in the front. So $25 in that. I sold these Zara shorts for $25 with a 20% off coupon. These were new with tags, size 2, tan, high rise, had that paper bag waist, summer shorts. I don't know why I put the picture of my item. I don't usually do that in there with my SKU number. Next up was a brand Ula Popkin, sold for $22.50 with a coupon. Another reseller that I watched said that this can do good in plus sizes, but it did not for me. And these were new with tags. So I don't know. Do you guys have any experience with that brand? I don't think I would get it again. Next up are a pair of teaks that sold for $32. Teaks definitely don't sell as much as they used to before, but I will still pick them up if they are cheap and in good condition. So a pair of ballet leather flats, they will have that teal bottom right here, and they're like foldable. So, I mean, that's okay still. It's just not as much as they used to. Next up are a pair of Rock Revival jeans that sold for $30 with a coupon. Size 26, these were called the Easy Boot Lion, and then they also had that little kind of like bleach or white mark. I don't think that was intentional, so I did take a picture of that. $30 on those. I sold these Lululemon leggings for $35 with a coupon. These were called the Train Times leggings, and they were in a size 12, so they were in a larger size, which definitely helped. And black leggings, I feel like, are the most popular for people to want to be buying. Next up was a BCBG Max Azria hoodie. This sold for $32.50 with a coupon. This was definitely a Y2K moment. It was brown. It had lots of little rhinestones all over the front with the spell out. And then it had the B, it had the cross in the back. So it did sit for probably like 6 months though. So I don't know if I would keep picking that up. Next up are a pair of Nike shoes that sold for $41. These were a pair of Air Max Futura suede shoes. Really cute. If they were a 9.5, I think I would have saved these for my daughter Grace, but they were just a size 9. Next up was a vintage Abercrombie & Fitch jacket. Corduroy, sold for $28. Abercrombie is selling really good right now for lots of stuff, so I was like, let me try this vintage jacket, and it sold really quickly, so I was happy about that. Next up was a Madewell jacket that sold for $100 with a 20% off coupon. I got this when I was out of town with Grace for a volleyball tournament we went into. I think it was a Closed Mentor or Plato's Closet. I paid, I think, $25 or $30 for this and sold it for $100. So that's great. It can be worth it to pay up for things, and it was the perfect time of year to be selling that. Next up was this IC by Connie K jacket in a size extra large. This sold for $32. Red, a lot of times they have that really big button, very artsy, oversized, so I was happy with that. I sold this Lafayette 148 skirt in a size small. This is not a brand that I hardly ever pick up, but I felt like the style of this was really cute and current. It was a pleated midi skirt, pull-on style, so super cute with that. I sold this Peruvian Connections dress for $52. This was called the Imperial Garden sweater dress, so it kind of had this half sleeve. You could only see this, but my thrift worlds have caught on. If you didn't see one of my recent short form videos, they have a whole rack of Peruvian Connection now, and the dresses are $50. And everything else is $25. Some of them could be worth it if they go to half off, but for the most part, although I had a friend that found a couple coats that they had priced at $100 and they're still on the website for $1,500, she said, which is nuts. So obviously that would be worth it to pick up to resell, but not the other stuff. Next up was a coat that sold for $75. So Bolo brand, I guess, I've never heard of this. Montgomery by Tibbet. This was an extra large red wool toggle coat. It also said made in England, so that was a sign for me to look it up. Comps were really good. Coats are selling right now, so that was a really exciting sale. Next up, I sold this soft surroundings top for $11.25 with a coupon. This was a black gauzy cotton tunic. Nothing special, not a brand I'm really picking up that much anymore. I sold these Levi's for $30. These were a pair of New With Tags men's slim taper with the spell out down the side. I thought they would do better, but I've had them for quite a while and they weren't. These are the Judy Blue jeans that sold really quickly for me. They sold within 12 hours. They were in a size 16, high-rise stretch skinny. Judy Blue, dark wash. So $35 with a 20% off coupon. Next up was a icebreaker shirt in a women's size extra large. This was a 175 merino wool. These are like a base layer for hiking and outdoor. And that sold for $26. And that is a sale from the 20th. So I think that's it from last week. So yeah, like I said, definitely a shorter, smaller sales week, but that's okay. As I'm doing some experiments with my business, I'm not going to be stressed about possibly having slower stuff because I'm going to need to see what's going to work best for me. But I'm excited to make changes. I'm excited to get to know it a little bit better and have some bigger goals for 2025 rather than the classic, my other goals like, let me just make more money. But it's like, how am I going to do that? So I think I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do that. So that's exciting. I don't think there's anything else left to say. Thanks for watching. Share this video, like, comment, subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm, helps me out with my business. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. I'm sorry for not doing the 3 videos, but I don't think it's going to be possible. And I don't want to stress myself out just to like make sure that I have 3. So I'll be back on Tuesday with a video for you guys, probably a good haul video. I've been finding some really good stuff since I'm looking for things that are a higher average sale price. So excited to share that with you. I'm going to go to the dentist and I'm going to go shopping. So I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.